I'd like to welcome you to the class. I live here, so I know why I'm here, but I want to let you know why you are here, why you should be here. Once a week, and I promise you, you will find soon that Chinese can be fun and easy. Just stick with me, I'll show you the way. For now, I'd like to welcome you to the class and say, here are the rules. No texting, no spitballs, no paper airplanes, no whining. We're here to have fun. Let's do it. All right, first, my name is Mike Lao Shi. Mike Lao Shi. Now that means Mike teacher. In English we'd say teacher Mike. In Chinese it's Mike teacher. Now please say that with me. Mike Lao Shi. Beautiful. All right. So first, Chinese. Why is this language so difficult? Why learn it? Etc. 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 So first, English. We have about 400 million native speakers, people who speak English as their first language. Now Chinese. 300 million. Oh, oops. I forgot to add a 1, which would make it 1.3 billion people who speak one form of Chinese as their native language. Almost 4 times as many. We think everybody speaks English. Maybe everybody speaks Chinese. Anyway, now with Chinese, we also can break it up. What is Chinese? Well, Chinese is a group of related languages that come from China. What here, I am going to talk about 2, probably the 2 you have heard of, and explain the difference. First, we have Mandarin. Mandarin Chinese. This is spoken by about 885 million people. Now the other one, yep, you guessed it, Cantonese. Cantonese, spoken by 70 million people. Now I know they're both big numbers, but look at the difference. This one in Mandarin, 13 times as many speakers as Cantonese. 13 times. So basically Mandarin is important because it's the official language of China, of Taiwan. It's one of the 4 official languages of Singapore, and it's one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations. It's the language of business, it's the language of government, it's the language of education. And in this class, it's the language for you. Cantonese. We're not going to talk about it, but here's what you need to know. Why do so many Chinese people in America speak Cantonese? Because for the past 150 years or so, it was mainly people from the southern region of China called Guangdong, or formerly called Canton, hence the name Cantonese, that were immigrating here in great numbers. So Mandarin, on the other hand, not so many before, but that number is growing rapidly. So Mandarin will at one point surpass Cantonese as far as how many people speak it. Okay, what's next? How about we talk about the writing? Yeah, those weird looking letters, what are they? Are they pictures? Are they words? What are they? I will tell you. Chinese characters, oops, Chinese characters come from one of 6 types. They're up to 6 types. The first one is called a pictogram. Pictograms, what do they mean? Like a picture, a pictorial representation of a word. So a pictogram, let me give you an example. Originally, this was an ancient character. What does it look like? Right, a mountain. Over time, that evolved into this one. This is the character for mountain now. So again, these are called characters. Chinese characters, also called logograms. Also called logograms, but pretty much call them characters. Now, one of the 6 types is pictograms. Pictograms, we've got a mountain in archaic times, looks like a mountain, comes to be this character today. Now, I'm talking about times when Chinese was written on bones, it was written on turtle shells, ancient times. Here's another one. The character for, there's the ancient character for water. Kind of looks like a river, right? Well, then that eventually became this character meaning water. This is the word for water today. Shui. It's one of the words in feng shui, wind, water, right? That decorating style. Don't put your bed near the door, you might get sucked out. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so feng shui, this is shui. Here, we have one more. I'm going to do my best to emulate it. This is the old character, the ancient character for horse, which today, if you pay attention to this part here, has been shortened to this character here, ma. And these are one type. These are pictograms. Another one called ideograms. Now, an ideogram is when an idea is represented by a character. Like, think of numbers. Number 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So once again, 1, 2, 3. Practice that. Okay, ideograms. The next type, my favorite, is ideogrammatic compounds. Ideogrammatic compounds. Now, I know this isn't very clear here. Some of my writing gets a little sloppy. Yeah, I know, but when you have a lot of great examples. But here, ideogrammatic compounds. Let's start with a tree. Kind of looks like a tree, right? That's the character for tree. Shu. Now, we have two, if we put two together, we have a totally different word. This word is the word for grove, like a small group of trees. Now, what if I've got a whole bunch of trees, like a forest? I would just add another one. So there I begin with one tree, then I move to a grove, and now I've got a whole forest. Simple. Okay, and one more. This part of a character, a lot of characters include this radical, it's called ren, means a person. Put a person next to a tree. What do you got? You got the verb for rest, to relax, because, hey, where do a lot of people rest? Under trees. Makes sense, right? So, we are going to keep rocking and rolling. I got one more thing to cover today. That is what are called tones. Chinese is a tonal language, like a lot of others in Asia, where if you pronounce, say the word, let me give you the most common example. These 4 words. Now they kind of look similar. We've got this part included in 3 of them. Okay, this word, we have a way for all Chinese words to write them using our English alphabet, the Latin alphabet. It's called romanization. I'll get to that in a future lesson, but right now, let's just talk about these for the sake of tones. All of these characters are pronounced similarly. The first one, you got to put these little marks to mark the tone over the way you do it in English. See, ma, ah, ma. Your voice just stays steady. This means mom. Ma. The second one, it's a rising tone. Your voice goes up. If you lift your eyebrows up as you say it, like you're really surprised, you'll hit it. Ma. Ma. This is the word for hemp. The third one here, like I've just mentioned, is the word for horse. This is a tone that goes down and then back up again. Ma. Ma. Means horse. And the last one, to scold somebody. Ma! Your voice goes down sharply. Ma! So, once again, first tone, ma. Second tone, ma. Third tone, ma. And fourth tone, ma. So, many Chinese words have 3 or 4 different tones, which could change the meaning, right? You might be asking your mom for something when actually you're really saying that you want to ride a horse. You never know. So anyway, I think that's good enough for today. Stick with me. Tune in to Chinese with Mike live